Part of creating amazing animal faces is knowing how to do the animal markings. So today I'm going to go over some animal markings, and then in the next video I'll show you how to incorporate it into an eye design. So if I'm going to be doing more of like, I would say, a texturized look for an animal marking, maybe something that would be on a reptile or a giraffe, or even you could combine it to make something sort of like a cheetah or a leopard. So I would start off with a goldish background, and then with a darker or a brighter color like an orange, I would just add the markings. Now with the markings, you want to make sure that you're going from thin to thick to big to small, just to make sure that you're getting a nice variation. So I'm going to lay my brush down flat, give it a wiggle and lift up, and I'll do the next one next to it, a wiggle and lift up, and a smaller one, and maybe even a bigger one, smaller one, medium. But I want to make sure I fill it in quite nicely and full, and I'm going to do the same around the whole entire patch. Lay it down, wiggle, and you can fill it in with smaller ones or bigger ones along the way. Now this will give you a nice texturized look. For the next one, which is really important too, is learning how to do leopard or cheetah spots. Now these are some of my favorites, and you can have a lot of fun with them. So again, if you want to start off with a little bit of a gold or bronze background, what you're going to want to do is take your black paint, and this involves a little bit of wiggling too. Now I switched brushes. I went to a round brush with a point on the end, where before I was using a flat brush, or you can use your chisel. And it doesn't make that much of a difference, but I use my round brush for everything. So I'm going to lay my brush down flat, give it a wiggle, and then come up on the point. And I'll do that again. Lay it down, give it a wiggle, and eventually come up on a point. Lay it down, give it a wiggle, and come up on a point. And you'll want to do this of all different sizes to have fun with these kind of fur markings, cheetah markings, leopard markings. Now some of them you might want to close them, or get as close to closing them as possible with a thinner line. Some of them you can leave open. But you'll want to make sure that you're getting the effect of lay your brush down flat, lift up, come up on the point, so that you can close. To really make this a lot of fun, you can add some color inside, either some white or just a hint of orange, and that really livens it up. Animal faces are some of my favorite. See how the white just makes everything pop? Now for another type of animal, and probably the most popular, is the tiger. And so many people lose the design because they can't get the tiger stripings right. So this is a good thing, or a good technique to practice. It's going to involve a lot of laying down and wiggling, but what you'll want to do is do it in groups of threes, going big to small. So lay your brush down and lift up, and you'll want to lay it down again and follow that line and lift up. So try it in groups of three. Lay your brush down, give it a wiggle, and lift up. Lay your brush down, give it a wiggle, and lift up. Lay your brush down, give it a wiggle, and lift up. That way they're all heading in the same direction, because tiger markings are grouped. So this would be something you do on the cheeks of the tiger, and they would all head in towards the eye. Now in the middle of the forehead of the tiger, you're still going to group them together, but it's going to be a little bit different because they're going to be coming down. So you'd start off really straight, lay your brush down, wiggle, and end up on the tip. Lay your brush down, wiggle, and end up on the tip. You'll go down again, lay your brush down, wiggle, end up on a tip, down, wiggle, end up on a tip. And you want it to get smaller as you go down. This is a nice way to create the tiger stripings in the middle of the forehead. Now imagine that there's some eyes here, and we'll continue this pattern on the cheeks. So you'll want to start at the corner of the eye, lay your brush down, wiggle, and lift up. Lay your brush down, wiggle, and lift up. And a little bit smaller. You see what that does is it contours the face, but it also shows movement. So you lay your brush down, wiggle, and lift up. Lay your brush down, and lift up. And lay your brush down, and lift up. Now notice, the tiger stripings at the top are all heading in this direction. And the tiger stripings towards the eyes or along the cheeks are all heading in this direction. If you can practice grouping your tiger stripings, I promise it'll change your face painting forever.